Hi everyone, welcome to Righteous Academy again. This is another episode of Let's Build on Weekend. And if you've been part of it in our previous release, you know it's very insightful. So this is going to be a continuation of an application we've started in the previous time. So if you've not seen it, so you can check check our YouTube. So you see it, you can just navigate, go to videos. Let me see if I can get it out here. So let's go to videos. Let's build on weekend. Okay. Let's go to live. So all right, this is what we started in our last episode. So, and that's what we'll continue this time around. That is, we are trying to build a live application, build a VTU website. We are using Laravel. We are going to be using React, TypeScript. We integrate it to a payment provider. So trust me, it's going to be great. So we are pressing forward in the building of the application today. So, and in case you don't know what actually we are building, this is a sample of it. Quickrecharge.ng. So it's a sample of what we are building. It's a website where you can buy data, sell airtime, and all of that. So this is just my personal dashboard. You can see I didn't have that much. I only refer to people. I don't have much. Okay, maybe I've withdrawn some. I don't know. So, but let's just leave it. Let's leave it. Let's go back to whatever we are doing. So, where do we start from? So today, what we'll be doing today is that we've been able to set up the dashboard last time, though still a default dashboard that came with Laravel's Breeze starter kit. So but today we are going to set up the admin panel. We'll be using Filament for it. So let's just go to our code editor to start something great. So, and in case you are new on the channel, this is Right Choice Academy. We make sure that high quality technical content is available for you so that you can leverage them for your growth and your productivity as a software developer. So now let's start our development server. So npm run dev. So I'm doing this. So let me just open the application here. All right, so this is what we've been able to do in our last episode. So we set up, let's go to dashboard. So this is what we have in the dashboard. So we'll leave the dashboard like this. Let's set up our admin panel, then we'll come back to do some UI work. We'll be building everything live. I won't hide anything. I won't build anything behind the scene. I'll build it live here with you. So now I told you the other time that we are using Filament for our admin panel. So let's go to Filament website. So this Filament is a should I call it a Laravel package or UI library? I don't even know how I can define it. Let's go to their home page to see what they can say. So they call it accelerated Laravel development as a collection of beautiful full stack components, the perfect starting point for your next application. So they call it accelerated Laravel development framework for your admin panel to build forms, to build table, and all of that. And sincerely, I've used Filament on a few projects. It's very great. As at now, I don't know of tomorrow. If I want to build anything that has to any project now, I don't worry about the admin panel. I just go straight to Filament and use it for the admin. Then I'll build the user facing side. I use Filament for the admin. So let's go to the documentation and see how we can get started. So let's go to get started here. So we are going to installation. So before you can install, you must have PHP 8.1 up, you must have Laravel 10 up, and Livewire installed. So the reason why you need Livewire is because Filament is built on Livewire. So now let's do something. The first command is composer require filament. So let's just open something here. So let's say let's require filament. All right, installing. All right, let's wait. All right. All right, so installing. All right. So it's downloading some packages, 2 of 8, 4 of 8, 6 of 8, 7 of 8. Oh, all right. So let's just wait. Let's wait. Hopefully everything will be done. All right. Oh, boom. Everything is done. All right. So we have filament installed in our project now. So if you come back to the project here, you'll see nothing is changing here. So nothing is changing. So let's go back to filament here. Filament. So the next thing we have to do here is to install filament. Is to add a panel, because when you install filament, you can have multiple admin panel in your project. So let's add one now, and we're going to call it admin. You can call the panel many names. You can have store, you can have product management, you can have a lot. So but let's call it admin. So let's copy the command. So let's paste it in our terminal. So enter. I want to install panel. So what's the name? Don't forget we say admin. So enter. Would you like to show some love by starring? I've done that already, I think, but let me just say no, I don't want that. So now, how do you know what actually changed here? So if you come back to this, what's it called? It just is successfully it created your panel for you. So say filament blah 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 admin panel provider created successfully. So and it also registered the service provider in your bootstrap provider and the likes. So now let's go back to something. Let's search admin panel so you can see the provider. So this is what we have inside provider. You can see the ID, and we have the path. So this part, let's try something. So this part is where you can go to access the admin panel. So let's come back to our project, and let's just say admin. So let's see what we have. So if you open our dashboard here, so you can see we have our admin dashboard here. You can see this is really great, really great. That is without having to do much. If you build application, I mean, if not even big, like a medium scale application before, you know, the admin part of that application is always a pain, because you have a lot of things, the analytics, a lot of things to just build. But now filament makes something things easy for us to do. So now we can customize a lot of things here, but should I? Well, let me try to do something here. I want primary color. Let's use something like gray, because we are going to be using gray for the entire system. So let's use gray color. So let's see the magic in our design. So you can see this is like amber before, I think yellow or amber also, but now we have it as gray color. So, and this is going to span through everything in the system. So you can customize many other things. You can say I want the secondary color to be something like let's say blue here. Well, let's just say that. So if refresh, what are we seeing? All right, you're still not going to see something what's it called, something notable now, but when we start to build the admin panel, you see what we have. So now let's do something here for us to see all users in our system. That is every registered user in our system. There's something called resource, that is, you are generating resource in filament. So if you go to panel, that is some here, panel, and if you scroll down here, if you go to getting started, so you see creating a resource. So let me just take it. Don't worry, we are not doing filament training here, but I'm just showing you how I am doing it. Possibly I'm still going to do a filament series where I will teach you about filament, how you can use filament to build your admin panel and the likes. But don't worry, we'll still be doing very great thing, a very great thing in this series. So now let me just copy this, or you can just come and say PHP artisan make filament resource. Filament resource, we want to make user, which is the model we want to work with. So which is the user model. So I want to generate, that is, I want filament to look at the model and the database table of that model and generate some things for me. Then I want to make it simple, that is, I don't want it to, don't worry, if you read the documentation you will see. So make it simple, that is, I want a minimalist approach to this generate to whatever filament is going to generate here. So let's say enter, so like that. So let's come back to our project. So let's refresh. All right, can you see now we now have users? So meaning you can see I have user, this is my present user now, that is the user I log in with. So if I have, like, let's say 1M or 2M user in my database, I can be able to manage them here, create, delete. So in 1 minute I've done a full CRUD for a user model, which is very great, very great. So now I can view this now. So now when I was creating this resource, don't forget I use simple. So that's the reason why this is opening in a dialog here. So if I didn't put that option simple, it's just going to create a separate page for me to view this this resource. So I can change this. I can actually change it from admin and say right choice academy. So I can save. Oh, it's requesting password. So let's leave it. We are not at this level now, so don't let me touch anything. Let me just, so I can also delete and the likes. So I think you're following me. So now let's start to think about building up the models and everything we need for this system. So let's go back to quick recharge and check some things. Quickrecharge.ng. So if you look at this, you will notice something. You'll notice we have wallet, meaning that we have wallet history, meaning we are going to have a wallet model, that is a model that's going to take care of the wallet of a particular user. Though a junior approach to that will be to put the wallet or the wallet balance on the user's table, but that's not scalable. It's not a good design at all. So it's better you create the wallet for that user separately and put it on a separate table. So that's just how we're going to approach that. Then another thing I want you to also see here is we have data, by data, we have by airtime, meaning we have a product table. So, and we are going to have that product in categories. So you have products, which is data category. We have airtime category. So let's deal with wallet first before we proceed. So let's come back to our project and do something here. npm sorry, we are not doing npm. PHP artisan make model. So make model, the first one we are going to make is wallet. So then I want a migration for it. What else? That's all. So now after our wallet is done, so let's go to wallet migration. So a wallet is going to belong to a user. So I don't want to cascade on delete here. Then I don't want to constrain. Now the reason why I'm not going to do that is I'm only going to add an index to this so that when we are searching it can be faster. Now for instance, let's say I deleted a user. That means automatically the wallet of that user will be deleted. So it's not a good design. For me, I like in my application, in the application I built, that I just want, I want to be able to know what is happening. I want to reduce magic to a minimal level. That is a minimal level. If I say a minimal level, a minimal level. So I want to reduce magic. So if I'm deleting anything, I want to know where I deleted it, how it was deleted, who deleted it, what deleted it. So, but if I had that constraint, that means immediately I trigger delete on a user in the DB, it's also going to pull down the wallet. So, and if your application scale to some extent, so all of these constraints, unless in the application you actually need it to maintain data integrity, all of those constraints can also slow down your database performance, So I just like it personally that at application level I handle all of that. So let's continue. Now our wallet belongs to a user. Then our wallet is also going to have a, let's say I can have a decimal here. So let's say balance. Then I have another decimal. I'm going to use that one to store the bonus of a user. For instance, anything that relates to bonus, maybe a referral bonus or any other bonus we are giving on the platform. So we're going to store it here. Then sorry, I apologize for that. So then balance here. So now that we have this set up, let's go to our user model. Let's go to our user model here. So, and let's add a relationship. Let's say a user will have just one wallet. So, and let us also go to wallet model and say wallet, you belong to the user model. So let me remove this. So let's what's it called, take this out. So I think we're making progress. So now let's proceed. Let's go back to our user. And user. Okay, so I think we've done that cleanup. So let's come back to our dashboard controller. Let's go back to web. You'll notice that on our web dashboard route, this is handled by a in the web in the route file here. So but I want to take that code to the controller here. So that means I'm going to make a controller. So PHP artisan make controller. Then I want to make dashboard controller. So let's go to dashboard controller, dashboard. So I want to go to dashboard controller. So, and I want to say public function index. So, and that index will return what's it called, dashboard component, that is inertial component. If you go to it, it's just your normal React component here. So let's go back. Now here, what I want to do here is I want to let's come back to our route here. So I'm going to clear this action here. So I'm going to clear out this action, then I will use dashboard controller class, then let's say index. So we have index here. So let me take this to a new line. What else? So let's go back to our index. So I want to do something here. Let's say user equals to auth user, then let's dd user here. So all right, so let's come back to our user model. Let's go back to the dashboard. All right, so you can see now that we can be able to dd our user. So let me comment out this. So I want to now undo creating the wallet. That is, you know, our user doesn't have any wallet now. So let's do php artisan migrate. So it's migrating our wallet. So if you go to the db now, you should have the wallet there. So we are not opening the db at the moment. So let's just come back to our user now. So if I come back here and I say I want the user wallet, so it should give me it's going to give me coming. So it's going to give me null now. So let's refresh. So you can see it's giving me null. So I can come back here. Sorry, I'm generating some code to make sure that I can have some suggestion in my code. So let's say wallet. So I can say give me this here. So giving here. So now I can now come back here and say if not wallet, so I want to create wallet and assign it here. So and that's all. So now let's now come here and dump wallet. So let's refresh. So you can see now we now have our wallet. Oh, what is this? What's happening? Create. I think we have some attribute here. Let's go back to our wallet and see what is happening. Wallet.php. All right, so let's go back to user. I want to believe everything is fine here. All right, so I think I need to do something here. Let's go back to our dashboard and just do something. Let's say wallet model all. So I'm just doing everything here so that when it is your own, you can know how to debug. So let's see here. All right, so now I think I should know what is happening here. So let me remove let's remove this. So let's just take this up. So then I need to refresh user refresh. So if I refresh user, so I should be able to have access to wallet again. So let me just do something here. I don't want to. All right, so if I refresh now, I can be able to do something here. So I can do something like this. So now let's go back to our browser. All right, we should have access to wallet now. So now the next thing we'll do is we are not going to work on the UI at the moment. So let's just quickly set up this. So I can have, okay, I have users, but let me do something here. So I want wallet. Okay, let's say user. I don't want to load the wallet. So let's say wallet. All right, I want the user wallet. So now if you load the dashboard now, so let's open our dev environment, our develop console. So if you come back to your dashboard now, so let's try to receive user and wallet. So TypeScript is saying we don't add a type to it. So, and that's going to be our next point of action. So you can see we have our user and we also have our wallet here. So I believe we are making progress. So now TypeScript is telling us something here. So on a good day, I should do something like this. I should just do something like this and say user is this and like so, but we're not going to do that by default. So the next thing we'll do now is let's set up something called Laravel data. So it's a package by Sparty that helps us to you can use it for many things, but our use case in this application will just be to use it as a DTO and as well as our automatic TypeScript generator. So let's set that one up for our project. So don't forget, we've been able to set up our admin. We've done a migration for our wallet, and what else? We are setting up our DTO and TypeScript, automatic TypeScript generator here. So let's say Laravel data by Sparty. So I want to believe I pronounced that one right. So let's go to Laravel data here. So we are using the version 4. So let's go to installation. Where is Laravel installation setup? So let's just install. Composer require. So let's require this. So while that one is processing, let me just clear away this code so that we can be able to proceed. So we can do something here. You're logged in. So we can say user.name. So I believe that is that's okay. So let's come back to our code. Okay, it's installed. So the next thing we need to do is optionally you can publish the config file with this. Do we need to publish the config file? I don't think at this level. Do we need it? I don't think so. So now let's go to TypeScript, transforming to TypeScript. So thanks to TypeScript transformer, there's a package you need to install. So for us, when we have, okay, let's do something so that I can understand where the TypeScript will come in. So I can do something here. I'm going to use a Laravel idea for it now. So I have it installed already, but for you not to see a lot of magic, that's why I've not been using it. So I'm going to say the way I always use this is if I want a data class to return something that will be displayed on the view. So what I would do is I'll say the name of the model followed by show, then data. So then okay. So immediately I do that. So I'm going to have my data created. And if you want to use the command line, if you don't have this package, this plugin for your IDE PHP Storm, so you can have PHP artisan. So you can see make data. Is it make data or data make? Anyone, let's just look for it. So you can see make data. So if you use this command, it's also going to give you the same result as I have. So now what you have to do according to the documentation of the package is your properties should just live in your constructor here. So we can say since our user, we can say we have a public string name. We have another one called email. Then we have another one, we don't want our password to be returned. Then what else? I think that's all at the moment. That's all we want to show at the moment. Then we want to show we can also give back the ID. So public int ID. So why are you not giving me auto format? So let me say auto save, or let me just say save. All right, so this is it. So I want to optimize import. Do I have Pretia? I don't have it. So let me so let's apply this and let's save so that I can have auto format. So now if I do this, so I need to come here, then I will have so user show data, then make, or you can see from this. So it's going to only return. So if you check if you come back here, if you check everything that was returned here, so you see I'm having verified at, or created at, updated at. I even have wallet here like that. So but I don't want that at the moment. So let's see the differences between these two. So let's refresh. So if you check back on user now, you should only see the email ID and the name of the user, meaning that with this, instead of just returning everything to the UI, you already reduce it to whatever you are willing to show alone. So now if you are not using Laravel data, you can use the inbuilt Laravel feature for this, which is API resource. You can just create an API resource and return your data with an API resource. In fact, that's the standard. So, but the reason why we are using Laravel data here is because we want to leverage the TypeScript part of it so that we can transform this directly to TypeScript. So now let's go back to our data. So let's go back to transforming to TypeScript here. So you can say, for example, you have this blah, blah, blah. So now for you to be able to transform your Laravel data class to a TypeScript, you need to install this package. So it's a TypeScript transformer, a PHP to TypeScript transformer. So let's just come and install it. So, and we're also going to publish the config here. So let's just come. Everything is still rolling in. All right. So now that's installed. So let's copy let's publish the config. The reason why we have to publish the config is because we are going to define where we actually want TypeScript, generated TypeScript to be stored. So, and we can also have some other configuration in that, what's it called? So we can say this is where you look for the type for you to transform to TypeScript. So we can the transformer to be used and all of that. So let's just go straight to what we actually want to set here. So I want the types to be put in types. So for you to understand that, let me do something first. So let me come back here. So I'm going to mark this as what's it called, as a class that should be transformed to TypeScript. So I'm going to use this attribute, so TypeScript from Sparty. So once I have this here, so it's going to pick up this class and transform it to a TypeScript. So I can PHP artisan TypeScript transform, then enter. What is the error here? Okay, Sparty enum does not exist, so we have another package to be installed. So let me just search for that. So let's come here, Sparty enum. So we have it here. All right, Sparty enum. Where's the installation? With the introduction, blah 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 blah. So but the package is still depending on it, so let's install it. So let's save. Sorry, let's install. All right, installing. All right, installed. Yeah, so let's run our TypeScript transformer again. Everything went well. You can see it's transforming this to this. So there are a lot of things you can do with this Laravel data, but I'm not going to, I will only limit it to whatever I want to do with it now, so you can explore it more and get things done with it. So now let's go to where? Now let's go back to our TypeScript transformer configuration. You can see output file, types generated. So let's go to types. All right, in our resource folder. So if you come to resource, let me just collapse everything. So if you come to resource here, resources, you see types. So and you have generated. So and you have that user show data generated here. So but I don't want it here, so I'm going to delete it. Delete. So I want it inside JS and types. So now I'm going to do something here. I'll just say JS. So resource folder JS, and I'm going to call it app. Should we call it app? Well, let's call it app. So app types, let's just call it app. So now let's generate again. So if you go back to our resource now, you'll notice you have another directory, and we have a lot of types here before, which is global and all of that. So we now have app here. So I think we are making progress. So now let's come back to our dashboard to make sure that we can be able to use that. So let's come here. So let's say user is got to, so let's import this. Let's just import user show data. So we have that. Then that means we need to do for wallet. So let's make data. So let's just clear PHP artisan make data. So want to say wallet show data. So now we have it, so we can say wallet show data. So here we're going to be having public int id, public float balance, public float bonus. So now we need to, if we didn't mark this for TypeScript generator, it won't transform it. You can see like this, and you can go like two approach to do that. I've shown you one using a PHP attribute, so you can also use your annotation for it. Maybe you just use at TypeScript, but I love that attribute one. So let's just do so let's say TypeScript. So TypeScript, I think this should do. So let's generate transform. All right, we have two types generated now, so let's just come here. So let's import. I love importing compared to just using it directly. So now if you just come here, so let's come back to our page here. Let's test out something. You can see it's giving me this auto suggestion now. So, and TypeScript is not complaining about it again. So, and that's where we're going to be stopping today. Okay, let me see if I can do one more thing so that I don't just close like that. So let's do something on our wallet history. So you notice that if you have a wallet, you want to keep track of the flowing in and flowing out of money in that wallet. So how do you do that? So let's make a model. Let's just clear PHP artisan make. So let's say model, we have wallet history, then we need a migration for it. So now for that wallet history, so let's go back to our wallet. Wallet. So inside our wallet, we are going to say public function wallet histories. So we want to say our wallet has many history. So if you check Laravel relationship for that, you get, we have many relationship. We have as one, belong to one, as many. Talk about polymorphic relationship. You can check Laravel documentation for all of those. So now let's go back to our wallet history. So we want to say this belongs to wallet. So I'm going to remove this. I don't like dealing with this in my in my application. In fact, I'm going to turn it off now. So those are part of the configuration I do by default in my projects. So this belongs to wallet. So let's go to migration now. Wallet history migration. So we want to come here and say this belongs to a wallet. So the same thing I did the other time, I'll just say index. So I will index this. So you want to say type. What is the type of this transaction? Where is it coming from? That is, what is the type? Is it, where do you spend it? Is it web spent, API spent? Is it a bonus? Is it coming from bonus? Is it like all of those? So you can say type. So let's index it also, because we may want to say where type is this, that is using type in our where statement. So now we want to say what is the amount that actually come into the wallet. So now we want to say what is the balance before. What is the balance before this transaction? Balance before, that is, we want to keep track of the balance before, and we also want to keep track of what the balance is after this history, that is after this transaction. So we also want to do something here. Let's do something here. It's very important also. So we want to do direction of the transaction, that is when you say direction, you can think of it as maybe credit, or credit or debit. So I think that's okay. We still have some more things. So let's have a narration. So all of this, you can default it to 0. So we can default all of this to default to 0. So then what else? We need to track our status. So let me just say string and status. So let me index it. So because we can also say where status is this, where status is that, to make sure that things are is faster when we are querying our database. So now what else? We need a reference. Very, very important. So let's take it up here. Let's move it up here. So then what else? I think that's all. If there's any other thing we can add. So as we continue, so let's index our reference. A reference cannot be null. So there must be a reference for every history. So let's just migrate php artisan migrate. So, and oh, sorry, artisan. So migrate. So that's where I'm going to be stopping this time. So don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. In fact, I need that very, very well at this time. And don't forget, in our last episode I made mention of something. If you want to have access to this code base, is on GitHub. If you want to have access to it, you can sponsor this stream. It's going to make our stream better and also encourage me to do more and more here on this channel. Also subscribe, share it to people, then like the video, comment. If you have any question, ask in the comment. It's also very important. So thank you so much. By God's grace, in our next episode of this Let's Build on Weekend, we'll go on working, we'll complete this and we'll start working on the UI. We are using SharkCN for our UI component. So we've installed it in our last episode. So but we are going to do more of UI in the next episode. That is, we'll set up the dashboard and start bringing data from the back end to the front end, to our React component, to make it more nice, So thank you so much for staying through. I really thank you. There's more for you on this channel, so you can navigate through every other content you need. So a link to the last episode will be in the description. You can also watch it. Thank you. Meet you in another release.